On this week's show, we review Six Underground, the new Ryan Reynolds movie trailer. We get into the Lions again, unfortunately, and we have a brand new top 5 from Darren. Let's get to it. Jacob's research is awful.
Picking dodgeball players, I'm picking the kids that can throw the ball.
I just blew LeBron. I don't care what team he's on.
Okay.
No, it's okay. They did a broadcast this morning and had like one viewer. Good job, guys. That was me again.
Sure. Did we ever see a cover of Eddie Murphy's Party All the Time?
But this is the Lions we're talking about. So anything's possible. Kicker, long snapper.
Nobody else matters, right there?
Not to me. Not to me. It's top 5 time.
Top 5.
Today. Wow. Did you really say that Miss Congeniality is better than The Blind Side? I said she dressed like a hooker. This is at a diner. You know, show some respect, show some class, and just don't be a bunch of dummies. See, I think there are other better gangster movies than Scarface. For God's sakes, look at your goddamn boots. For Christ's sakes, it's starting to grow roots. Welcome to the ADG Podcast, episode 14 of the ADG Podcast. Jake, what's up?
I think so. Just trying to recover from what I just watched yesterday.
Oh, you know what? The past 2 weeks, I've been working. I've been producing St. Clair College sports. So, way to go, St. Clair College! Thank you for booking, having your events on Sunday mornings, Sunday afternoons, so I don't have to watch the Lions. Big shout out to the St. Clair Saints team. They're doing well so far. So go Saints, go.
Yeah, you know what? Might as well, because I have to watch this joke of a team play every Sunday.
Yeah. So normally I'm the one that will review the game, but since I didn't see it and Jake did, I'm gonna hand the ball off to Jake, and he's gonna tell you his recap of the Lions game versus Washington from 24 hours ago. So go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, well, that was a bunch of nonsense, and it brings me to my favorite segment that I have, Garbage Person of the Week. Oh, shocker, right away. The sports, yeah. Truly, Garbage Person of the Week comes down to, let's see, the Lions coach and general manager. And yeah, I know they don't play the game, but they're responsible how the team plays, what the team does, and who's on the field. Mm-hmm. And if anybody else watched this game, which won't be a lot of you, but this was the toilet bowl.
It was such a hot ticket. Tickets were only going as high as $5.
Oh hell yeah! It would cost more for gas than anything at that stadium this weekend. So, yeah, I watched the entire game, and it was painful. It was painful because at moments I'm like, whoa, I'm just gonna watch something on YouTube instead, maybe. But it was so dreadful to watch. I couldn't take my eyes off of it. As much as I wanted to play on my phone and do some stuff with the show, I was like, oh my, I have to watch this bullshit because somebody has to talk about it. I know Darren's not going to watch and he saved himself a few hours of his day.
Yep.
Now, okay. Offense. Still, my first tweet or Facebook post during the game was literally about one player because there's only one good thing about this team during the entire game. Okay? Bo Scarborough was the only good thing about this game. And my first post was the only good thing about this team is Bo Scarborough. Defense is trash, team is trash. And why would I say that? Well, this guy only had 98 yards of rushing as a running back they just picked up. Okay? That's not bad for a Lions running back if you really think about it. Now, that was the majority of the offense because our awesome quarterback, our backup quarterback, had an interception, made some really questionable choices, showed off why he's not a starting quarterback, showed off why he's barely a backup quarterback because, I think he was just overconfident maybe or just didn't expect Redskins to rush as much. Or maybe he was expecting to actually have an O-line that would, give him a second or two to throw the ball. They did not play great. Running game, like I said, Bo Scarborough, really nice. I like it. Very good. Keep the guy, especially for what you're paying him. Very nice. Good running back. Wide receivers, still doing their jobs. And if it wasn't for, let's say, the Redskins, Haskins overthrowing his wide receivers.
Mhm.
Man, this game would have been so out of reach for the Lions. The
Yeah.
defense is a whole bunch of dudes from Walmart dressed up in Honolulu blue, fucking running around in circles. You know, and big play Slay, dude, not even trying. That was the first game I can actually say, dude didn't even try. He had his, doesn't matter who he was covering, he was at least a yard behind them. Every time. He got beat all day, every day. I mean, up and down, fucking field. Doesn't matter who he was covering, the guy was beat. The defense was awful. Okay? Awful. This game would have been so out of reach by third quarter. Should have been. I think Haskins overthrew like 2 or 3 receivers for a touchdown. Wide open receivers. Okay? So you made the Redskins look like a pretty decent team. Can I remind you they were 1-9 before this game? 1-9. Then again, the Lions not that much better. 3-6-1 before the game. But at least you had some expectation, you know. Offense still cooking. Defense, what defense? And they showed themselves. Like, if somebody doesn't get fired over this game, hence garbage person of the week, coach, and I'm sure Pasqualoni will make his way out this week, out the door, and he'll get replaced because somebody has to take the blame. You can't play like this. And now this game, so Thursday we're gonna get blown out.
You know what, Jake? I hope we do get blown out because it will send a message to the owner, Marvelous Martha, that
okay.
to take off your damn sunglasses indoors and either sell the team or clean house, because obviously she has no idea what she's doing. Let's face it. She may be there at the owners' meetings. You know, she asks questions. You know, everyone like, wow, 94 years old and she still asks questions at owners' meeting. Who cares? She's 94. She has no interest in this team. Yeah. She's an owner because it's her husband's team. You know, he passed away, and now, you know, you can tell her children don't want it. You know, like, so sell it to Jeff Bezos or Dan Gilbert. You know, your husband paid $6 million for the team back in 1950. 55 or 54, whatever it was, for $6 million. Make over $2.5-3 billion. Go ahead, sell the team, because
Darren, I know what you're saying. I really know what you're saying, but you know what? It's not going to happen.
No, I know it's not going to happen, but you know, it really. I saw one report. I was watching CBS, the sports between halftime of the late game, and they were talking about in Detroit, if they put up an effort like this again, what they did against Washington, against the Bears on national TV, expect changes to happen. So there you go. So I'm hoping that something gets done, because you're looking at it, and there's no way, if I'm ownership or coaching staff or GM, I'm not letting Matthew Stafford play the rest of the season. There's no point.
Now, if we learned anything from this team, none of this will happen. What's going to happen is Thursday is going to get sold out on Ford Field. Crowd's going to go crazy for the Lions forward down the field. They're going to go nuts. Beer's going to be flowing everywhere. It's going to be a party. They're going to lose by 20. Nothing's going to happen because this team is selfish and without a direction.
Like an all-star.
Yeah. This is going to happen. And God forbid they actually win this game. Oh, my God. Now we're back on track. We got to coach better. Now, fuck off. Listening to our scientist coach there with his pencil in his ear.
A rocket scientist.
Right. It made you sick because it's always the same shit. He opens his mouth and it's like, oh, we got to coach better. We have to execute. We have to, play actual football. Fuck off. I say the same shit every Sunday after every game. The same thing. Got to coach better. We have to execute. No, you need to be fired.
Yeah, I just want him to be gone. I just
Yeah.
I don't care. Let Daryl Bevel run the team for the rest of the year. I
Yeah,
don't
I
care.
don't mind Bevel. Bevel's actually pretty decent. I have
Yeah,
no issues with Bevel. No, it's just Matt Patricia is a joke. It was a cool experiment for a year. Needs to go away. Take his moo with him,
yeah,
and let's get this show on the road. If you're not going
yeah.
to sell a team, you know what? Start from scratch.
So after this, I believe he'll only win six. Let's say 6 games. He won first year, 3 so far. He's won 9 games in his let's see, 16 games that they played, and it's 16 out of. I'm trying to do math on the fly. How many games
Yeah.
have they played so far?
Well,
They're
they're
3, 7, and 11.
3-7-1.
16. So 27.
Uh-huh.
They played 27 games,
Yeah,
and they've won 9
that's
and
cool.
tied 1. So
Same
9.
old line.
So 9, 26, and 1. That's been your record since you've been here. That's your
Yeah.
record as a head coach. Now, most people, they give their head coach a chance. Get the players that he wants, implement the system that he wants, and then you evaluate him on that size. Well, he's halfway through more than halfway through his second season. That's his
Mhm.
record with his system and his players. And in any other job, he would be fired. Especially if your calling card is defense. Like, I'm a defensive coach. Yeah, how's your defense this year? Last in the league. And
Yeah,
and you lost to a team which offense is the last in the league.
that's right.
So
There you
your
go.
defense couldn't even stop the worst offense.
Well, they made it look actually pretty decent because Dwayne Haskins, and this is I'm reading a story because I didn't even catch this. It was just updated yesterday, but where Dwayne Haskins didn't even line up for the victory formation
Yeah, I
for the
saw
end of the game because he's taking a fucking
I
selfie.
saw that.
So the
He was-
backup, the
that just
quarterback had
tells
to
you,
go out there for that.
that's how happy they are to win in Washington.
No, they
Where
don't give a shit. There's no respect for the Lions. He doesn't give a shit. He's like, yeah, we won, whatever. He missed the interception by the defense that sealed the game. He didn't even make it out there for the victory formation for the last play of the game. They're like, this kid doesn't give a shit about the Lions. He doesn't give a shit about the team because, well, you know what? You're a joke. You're a bigger joke than the Redskins, and that's saying something. Fucking Lions.
I think that's the best way to end it right there.
There you go. Done with this team right now. All right. Well, what else is going on in the sports, Darren? Because I know there's some hockey stuff going on.
Yeah, there was the new coach of the Leafs, Sheldon Keefe, is off to a nice little start. Team's 2-0, and you could honestly see a difference like night and day. But when it comes to the Leafs play over the past 2 games, they had a great victory in Arizona for his first win as a NHL head coach. Love the video. I think I shared it, but if not, go take a look at it. They gave him the game puck, the new coach. They gave him the game puck, the new coach, after his first win in Arizona, and the captain John Tavares, made a nice speech to the team. Says, like, this is our time. This is where we go. We build up from here. We got things to do. We know what we got to do. So that's always great to see, that side of John Tavares, which is very quiet and reserved and, modest. So from that, they moved on to Colorado, which they gave up the first goal. I know it happens, but they bounced back. They scored the next 4, and they hung on to win 5-4. And right there, you see that defensively they really clamped down when they were, when it came down to crunch time. I like where this team is going right now. I like the positivity and the momentum in their dressing room, and I think it's really shows what kind of coach Sheldon Keefe is compared to Mike Babcock. And I'm not saying Mike Babcock was a terrible coach. It's just that players didn't buy into his system. But Babcock still has over 700 wins as an NHL coach, so he's not like he's a terrible coach. He obviously knows how to coach and how to coach well. So hopefully, Mike Babcock, I'm sure he'll get a job when he wants to coach again. I'm sure there'll be plenty of teams that'll be lining up to acquire his services when that time comes. But big game this week. Leafs are in Detroit on Wednesday, so that will be that's always a big game, especially around here. All the Leaf fans make their way down from London onward to Detroit. So expect a lot of blue and white this year.
We'll see. Probably.
Yeah.
Well, should be a fun game.
Yeah. So that and Michigan. I checked the AP poll. Michigan Wolverines have made it to the top 10 in the latest AP rankings. So they will. So they will have. So it will be a top 10 matchup when it's Michigan versus Ohio State this week from the Big House.
That should be exciting. That should
be a good game. It should be, it's really a measuring stick, or we'll see how bad Ohio State.
I did watch the Penn State Ohio State game this weekend. It was an entertaining game. It was back and forth. They kept it close, but in the end, Ohio State's just too tough, and Penn State just couldn't hang on. So it was a good game. Couldn't watch the Michigan game though.
No.
I did watch the Ohio State game. But yeah, good shit. The Pistons are still a team, so that's good.
Yeah, they're struggling, man. I you know what? I hope Detroit, the Wings and Pistons both get top 5 picks this year in their drafts.
Well, all of our teams locally are last in their divisions. That's cool. Yeah. Fun, exciting. Makes it good, good stuff to talk about. Like, they're all shit. That's cool.
Really not much to. There's just so many ways we just can't polish a turd anymore, and that's what we're trying to do.
No, we're basically gonna take a break from like the Pistons until they trade somebody or something interesting happens. So we're not on Pistons until that.
Newsworthy, exactly.
Yeah, it's a waste of time. Red Wings, same thing. I think we're just gonna take a break from the Wings until something interesting happens. So they start winning or something. Who knows? But yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Good shit.
Yep.
All right. So I heard you got a top 5 this week.
I do. And we're speaking of Thanksgiving. Lions play on Thanksgiving. There's a lot of tradition that goes on in Thanksgiving. So there's football, there's food, family, all that stuff. Americans know how to do Thanksgiving right. To me, I think it's still a little bit late in the year before they do it, but hey, to each his own. So I incorporated 2 things that we both like. Obviously, Thanksgiving is fun, be around family and all that stuff, and food. I know Jake loves food.
Yep.
Yeah. So I compiled a list of the 5 best ways to cook a turkey.
Okay.
All right. A little bit different. A little bit different.
I'm good with that.
And Jay, I'm sure you're the professional chef. You have a lot of. I'm sure you're the turkey maker in your family, aren't you?
I've never made turkey.
Okay, but no. I'm sure there's different.
I eat a lot of it.
Yeah,
I don't make it.
I always thought there was one way of making the turkey, but I'm way wrong. So I guess.
Really? All right.
Oh yeah. I seen articles 100 ways to prepare a turkey. Like 100, Jesus.
Well,
don't need that.
I'm assuming we're only gonna have 5 today.
It's only be 5. So coming at number 5 is a simple one. I think most of us do it. Is cook it from frozen. It sounds crazy, right? But it actually can take a turkey from frozen to fully cooked without thawing. You'll find that the breast meat is better that way, and it keeps the physical structure of the turkey together, with keeps all its flavors intact. So there you go, from frozen to fully thawed out. That's that's number 5. Number 4. This always looked interesting. Slow cook the turkey.
Ooh.
Yeah, everyone has.
I don't think I could fit a turkey in my slow cooker.
No. I don't think they mean like they say a crock pot is a great way to cook a turkey breast. You can add all the stuffing, vegetables, and
Okay.
so in pieces. Obviously, yeah, you're gonna need a pretty big crock pot to put a whole turkey in there. Yeah. Number 3 is air fry it.
Ooh.
Has anyone ever heard of air frying?
Yes.
This is like if you're hosting an intimate Thanksgiving dinner, consider breaking out air fryer. Not only will it free up your oven for other important holiday dishes, but the popular small appliances helps create a crispy golden skin that we're all looking for when it comes to celebration worthy turkey. Yeah. So that was an interesting one. Number two was is a classic roasted. Just
Okay.
roasting it is a classic way to prepare turkey. Is roasted in the oven and makes for a beautiful presentation. But if prepared incorrectly, can yield dry, flavorless meat. So if you ever seen the scene from Christmas Vacation with them all chomping down on the turkey because it was so dry,
Yep.
it could be like that if it's not done properly. And number 1, which I think I've had this way, I have this turkey done before the style, is deep frying.
Oh, okay. I've never had that. Deep
It
fried.
is fantastic, Jake.
Yeah.
It's deep fried, so it can be very dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. So yeah, deep fried, it keeps all the juices in, and Americans, they love everything deep fried.
Deep
So
fried, yeah.
deep fried turkey, that's the way that they're going. So there's your turkey themed top 5.
Very nice. Like I looked at videos of deep frying turkeys, and every single one of them explodes. So that's why I don't think I've ever tried to deep fry a turkey. So I'm sure it's delicious. Again, every video I've ever seen of anybody deep frying a turkey ends in fire.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yes.
All right. So you know what I did yesterday? Besides sacrificing 3 hours to the NFL and our awful team, I sacrificed an hour or two maybe to the American Music Awards.
Oh,
Last night.
really? Yes, yes.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I did.
You know what, Jake? I've stopped watching music award shows because I don't know who the hell half these people are.
Mm-hmm.
And it always seems to be the same people that I do know that are on the, your Taylor Swifts and whatever. But like, yeah, I know I did catch like the first opening, like the Selena Gomez, whatever.
Oh yeah, that was awful. Yeah.
Whatever she does.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like, and they always hype it up. It's like, oh, special exclusive performance once in a lifetime, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
No,
You just could have watched the music video and it's the same thing.
exactly.
And that's what I'm trying to get at, because I watched the AMAs because, when I was bored, okay, and I was trying to relax for the first time this weekend, and none of my friends were online to play any video games, so that was cool. So I think they were watching the Patriots game. I heard that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Green Bay getting killed by San Francisco.
It's always great to see Aaron Rodgers get beat like a little bitch that he is.
I think that's where everybody was, instead of being online and playing some Call of Duty. But anyway, I'm like, I'll sit through this nonsense and see what's up. And you're right, it was much of the same shit, or some new people that you're like, what the hell? And I try to keep on top of the music a little bit because I'm a Sirius radio in the car. We drive a lot, whatever. And we do a lot of music on the show, and I'm in music a little bit. So I try to follow with what's going on. And I tweeted with our ADG podcast Twitter account. At one point, Billie Eilish was performing, and this is a brand new singer that's out there this year. She won for like new artist of the year or some shit, and she had to perform. And she performed some song that I couldn't really hear because it was so fucking quiet, and everybody was just yelling. You couldn't hear anything, and she sings like a fucking mute anyway, and it was just awful. So I'm like, so I tweeted like with their hashtag that her performance was, like 7 poop emojis. And I'm like, where's Kanye when you need him?
Oh man, I
Oh,
I did see that, and I did see your tweet there. I'm like, wow, it's kind of sad that people, we come from these power voices like Adele, blows the house down with her voice, Jennifer Hudson, Whitney Houston, all these great vocal singers, and then we have
right,
like
exactly.
I'm like what? It's like she needs subtitles when she's singing live.
Yes, exactly. It was fucking shit. Now, then I'm like, okay, rap category. This should be interesting. I like rap. Let's see what rap's all about. It's the American Music Awards. It should be like 12 rappers out there. No, 3. And one of them, Post Malone, who's not really actually a rapper. He's like in between. I was like, okay, this is fucking stupid. This is you telling me all year you had 3 rappers with anything significant? Okay, and then you had just random music that's popular, like 3-4 artists in every category, always the same. It's like watching the Oscars when you're just like, oh fuck, there's like the same 3 people nominated for everything.
Right.
It was stupid. I'm like, this isn't all music.
Yeah.
And then you have Halsey giving a speech on, it's the people, whatever, voting, and then she took a jab at the Grammys, I'm assuming, in her little speech. I'm like, fuck, bitch, you made millions of dollars through this thing, and you're winning all these, and you're not giving anybody else a chance to, and there's a whole bunch of other music, and kind of leads into our music segment for this week, because this is what we do. We give the voice to the independent artist every week. And these artists who are winning these awards kind of forget where they came from once they start winning. They get all the money. They still think they're, doing something special, but they basically sold out. That's my opinion, at least. I don't care. You got a problem with that? adgpodcast@gmail.com. But yeah, it was just odd to see. It's like watching the Oscars and just celebrating themselves. Oh, now they're super rich, but they still think, they're doing something, new and fresh. Same with these music artists. You have them doing their thing, but don't forget, these are multimillionaires that you help fund, that just basically take over the music industry and don't let anybody else in. So I don't know why we have so many awesome independent artists that aren't out there, but I'm thinking these are some of the people that kind of hold them back. But anyway, that was a shit show for a couple hours, and following the other shit shows, I had a kind of rough Sunday. Until I'm like, oh yeah, we're doing a show tomorrow. I have some awesome music for us to play. Because I have an artist named Hope from Canada. He's out in Vancouver.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a rapper. Now here's a little background about Hope and his new album called Red Man. Hope's album Red Man seizes the opportunity to speak freely about his feelings towards reconciliation, cultural appropriation, and those who are willingly ignorant towards what Indigenous people know is undeniable fact. Okay. So he's basically taking a stand on his background and his history, and he's trying to reflect that with hip hop, which is very understandable. It's a sort of way of getting your information out there. That's what music does, and he's taking on the world with that. The song that I want to play today is called "Ice Cream." I got to scream, and it's featuring Doobie and Mama Root Gal, MTHC. So it's his second single off the album, and it's definitely one of my favorite songs off of it. It's the flow of Hope is amazing. It's a fun video that we're gonna share, And yeah, it's just sending out a message out there. And this is what music should be. So here is I Scream by Hope, featuring Doobie and Mama Root Gal, MTHC.
Ride in the car with the roof down. I slide all the way into town. No one's gonna get me to frown. It's sunny and I might get an ice cream later. Cream later. Ice cream. Ice cream.
Hit you with the murder rap, hope you never heard of that. Never been the type to see your mama try to hold it back. Rhythm in the venom, there's a rhythm, I'm the runner-up. Ready for whatever, all these ladies need to huddle up. Run amok, they don't want me running out the mouth too much. And I must bust with a dangerous thrust. Trust that the flame's just way too much. Hit him with the razor, it's way too much. You can say my name, but you see no love. You can see my team, and we say what? Wish a motherfucker wouldn't act like a sucker. Hit him in the head, it's something vicious. I ain't living in the present, this is it for me, I'm looking like a menace. Dudes they look offended, cause I do this for a living. I don't do this for you, I do this for me, so I scream. Native savage, I will never vanish. Looking like I grew up on the res with all my aunties. And it's automatic, do a dance and do damage. Even if the drama's overpowered by the panic, I would never let it get you crazy, I'm a writer, fighter. You better watch your mouth, you better watch your mouth, you better watch your mouth, you better watch your fucking mouth when you talk about me. I ain't in it for the winning, I intend to achieve. I'm at ease with the beast when I start to release. In BC, all these rappers say they're better than me, but I ain't in it for the title. Do this for my people, caught up in the middle cause supremacy is real. But the real gon' bring what the sound gon' be, and the clowns go down when you hear my team go
Sick
get 'em.
with the rhythm when the native get a hold of it. Quick with the mess, ask about me, they know what this. Never miss, devilish, clever with the alphabet. My intelligence much bigger than an elephant trunk. I know you feeling the funk. Ever since I was 11, I've been dealing that skunk. Vacuum sealed up under my bunk bed. Duke new gum thunder when I pump lead.
Ice cream.
So true, listen too close in your bum. Heads big, bada boom, fill the room, they all fled. Riddled up the middle, you will piddle and fall dead. Sickle with the sickle stick, you in the salt shed. Dillinger looking like vinegar mall red. Hit him with a little bit of give me it all, kid, hold up. I want it all. Told you I'd be back to brawl. Fist put an actual crack in your skull, and I'm hacking your hands and your feet with a saw. Pieces of bodies is all that I saw. Them boys from the res been catching them bodies. Zombies with shotties and pitbulls and roddies. Wild, like a pack of coyotes. Hungry, smiley face emoji.
Ice cream gang is a light on the sea. You don't know what we done, know where we been. Act like you never see us in life, not again. The team will fly high, that's in the E-boy. Rugen finna drop on the world. Ain't a hater that can stop what we have going. Every step you take is stomping on the earth. Unseated by the ones our ancestors. Ice cream.
All right, that was Hope with Ice Cream. So hope you guys enjoyed that, and let us know in the comments. And yeah, this is what we bring to you guys, independent artists, especially from Canada, West Coast.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
All
All right,
right.
Jake. All right, Jake. So it's time for one of my favorite segments. It's called This Day in History.
Let's do it.
All right. So this day in history for the week of November 25th. A lot of interesting stuff that happened today and this week, and we'll start in film and TV. Back in 2013, Disney released Frozen, the original motion picture soundtrack, and it won the Grammy for Best Compilation for a soundtrack, and it won the 2014 Billboard Award for its Album of the Year, which is quite amazing.
You know why?
Why?
Because nobody could get those songs out of their heads.
I know. So Jake, so Jake, let me ask you. You have kids. Did you,
Yes.
are you a fan of Frozen? Did you
I have the movie
Frozen
memorized.
soundtrack?
I have the movie memorized and the
You have
songs
the soundtrack?
memorized.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
songs.
Yep. Yeah,
I-
on my fucking head.
Are you planning on seeing Frozen 2, or are your kids planning
Not
on seeing
personally.
Frozen 2?
Yes,
No?
that's right. Yep.
There you go. That's
They
good.
will see it. I will not see it. What's gonna happen? And you're gonna laugh at this, but my oldest is gonna go see Frozen,
Uh-huh.
and do not laugh too much
Okay.
about this. Remember the movie we reviewed with John Cena?
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna take my youngest to go see that.
Okay. Well, you
I
know,
just learned. I just learned he really wants to see it.
okay. All
That
right. Well,
firefighter movie.
yeah, the things we do for our children, I guess.
That's
You
right.
know.
And the good
That's
thing
it.
is, we reviewed the trailer, so I'm going to talk about the movie after I see it.
Good. I would like to hear his thoughts on
Yeah.
on the movie. That's
Yeah.
great.
It's going to be a total shit show. But okay, go ahead.
Hey, you're just there as a plus one. You know, you're just there to make sure he doesn't choke on any popcorn or whatever.
Well, my ass is going to be like, it's John Cena. You can't see him.
Yeah, just put your hand in front of his face so you can't see him.
Who's that? It's John Cena.
You can't see him.
Can't see him.
And
yeah.
also to this day in history
Yep.
in sports, back in 1979, Pat Summerall and John Madden broadcasted a game together for the first time. A pair that would last 22 years together and become one of the most well-known partnerships in TV sportscasting history. Obviously, I remember these guys when they used to call the Lions Thanksgiving Day games every year. John and Pat, and then John would have his turducken, you know, and he would give a drumstick, yeah, a drumstick to each of the players of the games. You know, that was back when the Lions had good teams, or I'm sorry, good players on their team, like Barry Sanders, Herman
We
Moore.
never had good teams. Come on.
Herman Moore, Johnny Morton, Scott Mitchell, that kind of stuff. Yeah. So other than that, those are the two big parts that really stick out. A special birthday on this day is an Italian hero, Italian icon, Italian sports legend. Joe DiMaggio was born on this day. So there you go. Back in 1914. That was a long time ago. So that's it for this day in history.
Nice. Good stuff. Well, as I was perusing the interwebs, this one article caught my eye, and I want to see what you think about it. Okay. Now, this is an actual article from a tech magazine.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this is very recent. This is actually it's posted today. Killer robots geared to wipe out human population, warns expert. So pretty much what this article is saying that when we start using technology that controls itself, there is a potential for them to make their own decisions. And saying DARPA could be making killer robots that will leave humans defenseless by giving them the ability to make their own choices. Now, what they also quote is major military powers are racing to embrace weapons that select and fire on targets without meaningful human control. This is raising the specter of immoral, unaccountable, largely uncontrollable weapon systems, killer robots. So not actually, Terminator walking around robots, but weaponry that's self-controlled and self-contained. That could be anything. So that was interesting. That caught my eye.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, this is off SputnikNews.com, so take it as you may. Killer robots.
Oh, it's just a matter of time. We see them, the way that they're portrayed in the movies. That they start nice and friendly and helpful, then of course they always turn against humans. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty much in the next 50, 75 years. It's just gonna be all robots doing everything that humans used to do.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable with robots making decisions on their own. I think they should be fully controlled by their users. I don't want my computer deciding, whether my fridge should be open or closed. Like looking at some of these new technology things we get in our houses, I'm sure a lot of you have Alexa that controls your lights or music or computer. Now, all of that was connected under one account. I see people have their front door or home alarm connected to Google and everything. Now, excuse me, I saw stoves and microwaves and washing machines all connected to the same system where you just tell it and it'll just start doing whatever it needs to do. I do not feel comfortable with any of that.
No.
I really don't. I don't want to tell my fridge lower the temperature or microwave start or start washing through a little microphone device and it could just wirelessly go and do that. Fuck no. Especially not in the age of hacking. I want hackers doing my laundry for me.
Exactly, right?
During high peak times, and I get charged more.
Oh, it's so interesting how everyone thinks, futuristic, life is gonna look, right? All these robots and all these self-driving cars, and stuff like that. And I told you before the show that I wanted to get your thoughts, because you being a car guy. What did you think of the Tesla announcement when they showed the Tesla truck?
Oh, that was just some kid that had some crayons while he was playing in the Tesla's offices, and they picked up like, oh my God, we should make this.
We're just gonna make it very square and box and silver, and of course, it was all over social media. When people were the memes and everything.
Awful.
The best one that I saw though, they put this Tesla truck on the cover of the Nintendo 64 game Cruisin' USA. And it was unbelievable. I'm like, yes, that's definitely a car you would see in a game like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's like it's I don't know what they were thinking.
I don't know.
They make some futuristic looking cars, and yet they make a extended square-ish long line thing. I don't even know what the hell it is.
Yeah, it was almost as bad as I don't know if you're a Simpsons fan, but all the Simpsons fans that listen out there, where Homer got to design his own car for his half brother's motor company, and it was called the Homer, and it was this god awful thing with like bubbles and a high spoiler. It was just awful. But if any Simpson fans out there know the Simpsons, you get that reference. Exactly.
I think these guys were just partying really, really, really hard to pay and had to come up with something for that day.
Well,
Elon Musk is like, just fucking go with this. We just need to go to the press with something. And they like picked up the first thing they could, which is like one of the kids' drawings. This thing, make it.
I'm sure he was high when he came up with that design. Well, obviously, Elon Musk likes to partake in the pot smoking. He did it on a podcast, the Joe Rogan show, that went everywhere. So you never know who knows, he might be onto something. I don't know, but that Tesla truck, oof, look out.
No, that shouldn't happen ever.
Mm-hmm.
But that's that was pretty dangerous looking to the eye. But there you go, there's a show for the week, I think.
I think it was good. Just one more thing I want to bitch about.
Oh God.
No, just hear me out. I just need to vent because I've been seeing it everywhere, and I know it's just a trendy social meme. But when you're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and you see that those memes with like, I'm going to tell my grandparents this is, or I'm going to tell my grandkids this is Barack Obama, and they pick someone else. I'm sick and tired of seeing that meme everywhere because it's everything. Like I saw one that's like, it's a picture of referees. I'm going to tell my grandkids these are the Green Bay Packers. I'm like, ha ha ha.
Well, you think that one just started this week? The one with what's her name screaming and the cat? It's been like a month.
I guess that's done. I guess so. Now we're on to this new thing. But like, it's like how, like, what is the lifespan of a popular online meme?
A week or two.
A week or two, or until the next one comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the lady screaming at the cat. Yeah, that's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was popular for what, maybe 2 weeks.
A while, that's actually pretty long time. Yeah.
In meme attention span, the life that's a long time. Yeah,
I know. So Darren hates funny things. Okay.
No, I know. I don't hate funny things. It's just when it gets done over and over, and that's all you see is just.
That's what memes are, though. How many bad memes do the Lions have?
Oh my
Many.
God. Well, Jake is the king of posting Lions
I
memes.
do what I can.
You know, garbage cans and trash
I
bags.
blended their logo into a trash bag.
I
Okay,
know. Yeah.
it's funny because it's true.
I,
Now,
I saw this shirt that I really want. I think it's from the D shop
Mhm.
or the D line.
D-line, yeah.
It's a blue shirt. It has Lions logo on it. It says dumpster fire since '57. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, I would wear that with pride every Sunday.
See, if they want to send me a shirt, I like the really old one during the Jim Schwartz era.
Yes, may the
That was
Schwartz be
business
with
as
you.
usual. Give me
Oh.
that with the Lions logo. Business as usual, and I'll promote
So
that
there you
shit. every
go.
show.
You know what?
Come on, D-line.
I'm
Get into
gonna
work.
tag the D line in this.
Hell yeah.
Like if you want to be a sponsor of our podcast, we'd be more than happy to have you.
Yeah, I need a custom shirt.
There
Business
you
as usual.
go.
Lions logo.
extra
Business as
large.
usual since 1957. Let's do it.
That's right.
But you guys forgot. Well, we didn't forget. We have a movie trailer review to do for you guys.
Yes.
Six Underground is the movie. So you sent this trailer to me last week. Tell the people what it's all about.
Well, Ryan Reynolds teams up with famous Hollywood movie director Michael Bay. If you don't know Michael Bay, he's done Transformers movie. He's done Bad Boys 2, which was
So lots of explosions from
lots
Michael
of explosion, lots of quick pan arounds and encircling camera shots, lots of actions, lots of explosions. But this one, it's called Six Underground. That's Ryan Reynolds, and basically this team of six. This team, where basically they're like ghosts. They have no records. They have no. Pretty much people that they're so off the grid. No one knows who they are, what their names are, and basically they have to do a job for. They were hired on to do a job. Obviously, it has a lot of explosion, a lot of action, a lot of Ryan Reynolds humor, a little Deadpool-esque humor, I should say. Sorry. Yeah, the trailer looks like a typical Michael Bay trailer. Lots of explosions, lots of fast cars, and lots of shooting going on. Obviously, if you're looking for high octane, high energy movie, this is a movie for you. The trailer looks great. Michael Bay, obviously one of the top directors in Hollywood, so you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. I enjoyed the trailer. I thought it's an interesting story. Obviously, I'm a big Ryan Reynolds fan, so anything with him, I'm intrigued, or at least I'll, I'm not one to go to movie theaters these days, but like if I have to go and a movie that he's done that he is in is out, yeah, I'll go see him in whatever he's doing. But no, it looks good. I like the trailer. I give it a solid 3.5 out of 5.
Nice. Yeah, the trailer was good. Lots of action, typical Michael Bay movie. Ryan Reynolds is probably going to carry it with some of his jokes and sense of humor and sarcasm, as per usual. He plays the same person in every movie. That's why Deadpool was perfect for him. Now, yeah, trailer was good. Yeah, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. I don't think I'm going to go see it in the theater because it just doesn't carry like something I want to spend my money on or my scene points on. But when it comes out, yeah, I will be streaming that thing for sure. It'll be bookmarked, definitely. Yeah, so it was actually a pretty good trailer.
Yeah, and just a quick little note before we wrap things up. I did see The Irishman on Friday night at the Capitol Theater. Great film. I was not disappointed at all. Just as good, or I'd say even a little bit better than the book. Definitely highly recommend it. Comes out on the 27th on Netflix. So Jake, so there you go. When you get a chance to, when you have 3.5 hours to kill, that's what you do.
3.5 hours for the movie?
Yeah, but
Christ.
I know, but kudos to Whiff for getting this. Showing it before it comes out. It was great that a movie like that with all the star power and for a time centered piece, it really was great to experience it with an actual audience, as it was intended to. A movie like this, you know, eh, me personally, I thought it should be in the regular theaters, worldwide or whatever. But I guess that's where it's going. But no, it was great experience that the vibe, and everyone really seemed to enjoy it. And there was a lot of Windsor references in it, so I thought that was fantastic.
Mm.
So
All right, well, I'll check it out when it comes out for sure, 27th. So that's coming up shortly.
comes
Next
out
few
Friday.
days. Yeah.
Comes out Friday.
So I'll have time to watch it hopefully soon.
Or start or watch halfway and then pause it.
Yeah, Netflix keeps track of all that. So yeah, I might do that, but I'll dedicate. I'll see it. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
And yeah, no, but you know what I did watch though was have you ever seen Olympus is Down or London
Olympus Has Fallen, yeah.
Fallen? Yeah, London Has Fallen, and then
Mhm.
Angel Has Fallen. I just caught up on my third movie
Mhm.
in the series,
Mhm.
and not bad.
Yeah.
Kind of predictable, but not bad. I did like the first one the best.
The White House Down, right?
Yeah, White House. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was pretty good. Olympus Has Fallen. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh, well, it's okay. Rounded off the trilogy, so it's a pretty good
I always-
trilogy
I-
of
I
action.
You know what? I always get those two confused because they're pretty much the exact same thing.
Yeah,
one with,
yeah.
One with Gerard Butler, one with what's his name? Magic Mike.
Yeah.
I know everyone's screaming at their phones listening to this
I
right
know,
now.
right?
Come on, Jake, help me out.
I'm thinking. This probably be faster if I just Google it.
This is bad. I should know this.
It is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're awful. Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum. I knew it started with a C. So there you go. Yeah, the other one with Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx.
Right.
So both good. Both pretty much the same stories. Just.
Well, yeah, I just like Olympus Has Fallen better. It was just executed better.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Find us on our socials, ADG Podcast, everywhere. You saw we had a lot of tweet action and events happen. We tweet about it. We give our instant reactions to that, so Twitter is always fun. Check that out. Instagram, we keep posting stuff. We even shared our Twitter screenshots on Instagram this week. Facebook, always fun. Check that out. Any questions, emails, want to be on the show, adgpodcast@gmail.com. We only have 3 episodes left in the season, maybe? So, yeah, check it out. Check us out. Throw out some suggestions, and we're going to finish off season 2 strong in the next couple weeks. So, keep an eye out for that.
Well, I think that'll be it for the ADG Podcast. If you're in the States, have a great Thanksgiving. And if you're in Canada, just enjoy your week. So that's it for the ADG Podcast. I'm Darren.
And I'm Jacob.
And we are ADG.